Over the southern coast of England, morning didn't begin with birdsong, but with the heavy hum of engines. Lieutenant Thomas Harper sat in the cockpit of his Spitfire, feeling the air tremble under the wings. He could already make out the silver dots on the horizon. The radio crackled to life, and the squadrons climbed higher, preparing to intercept another wave of bombers. Thomas wasn't thinking about heroism. He thought of his sister Emily, who worked in a London hospital, and of how the sky had to remain their shield. That day he saw his wingman's aircraft fall. Something inside Thomas tightened, but there was no time for grief. He squeezed the trigger, and the tracers carved the morning light. The bomber rolled, slowed, and vanished into a cloud of smoke. Meanwhile, Emily sorted bandages in the hospital basement, trying to ignore the trembling walls. Above her came the wail of sirens, and between them, the deep thuds that made the lamps quiver like the heartbeat of some enormous beast. A woman and a child were brought in, both covered in brick dust. Emily cleaned the boy's face and saw in his eyes the same silent resolve she knew in Thomas. People held on to one another, even as the city crumbled around them. By evening, Thomas returned to the airfield. The cockpit smelled of metal and smoke, but he was alive. The mechanic gave a short nod, and that was enough. No words were needed. Thomas looked at the sunset, as if checking whether any light still remained over England. At that same hour, Emily stepped out of the basement. The sky over London was scratched with the trails of anti-aircraft fire, but high above she heard the familiar drone of fighters. She lifted her head, feeling a strange calm. As long as someone protected the sky, she could keep saving people here. And in these two worlds, above the clouds and under the ground, lived one shared thought. Hold on. Protect the home, the city, the country. Endure, as long as there was someone in the sky who still believed in dawn.